Ooh, boy. Yard work, Texas style. That means medium rare. Man, me and this shop, man, we're not getting along again. Boy, in the worst way, boy. Oh, boy. Anyways, how's everyone doing? Everybody enjoying Sunday afternoon? I sure hope so. Casey, me too. Me too. Boy, there's some stuff flying around out here too. Your eyes are itchy and the nose is on. So, what I'd like to cover today is this situation with this new person that's popped out of the woodwork, right? This person, right? This person. Okay, so this person, yep. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We went live. Hey, Marge. Nice to see you this Sunday afternoon. Boy, I slept good last night. Woke up, had some coffee, went right back to bed, and woke up right now. It is just murder. This. At least I'm not sick like I was from the first one. The first one just made me sick as a dirty dog. Tea, please. Yes. Hey, Rage. Good to see you. Good to see you. Gonna wait just a little bit longer so that I don't have a bunch of people. Benny, what did I miss? Start the whole thing over from right here. So we all know that there was a piece of media that came out. Let's share. Me too. So I'm on duty today, but I'm hoping I don't get any calls, but I'm going in for sure. Thank you for your service, sir. Well, what I'm going to do, guys, is my nose is just, so somebody just say, Benny, did y'all hear that? What I want to show you really quick is I want you to get calibrated. I want you to get calibrated with a voice. Okay, guys? This is just what I've come to find today with the help. I'm not going to sit here and say that I did anything today. I've been out of there, but I have a person who come up with this. So, doggone it. Let me grab the link again. Copy. All right. So, come back over here and share this screen. Hey, AF. Thank you for your service. Right? You're the real victim advocate. Come on. Hey, Four Seasons. Hey, Rachel. So, guys, I want you to get calibrated with this voice right here. Let me do one other thing here. Anything that I show that is not mine personally falls underneath the fair use doctrine. Fair use doctrine is a doctrine in the United States copyright law that allows limited use of copyrighted material without requiring permission from the rights holders, such as for commentary, criticism, news reporting, research, teaching, or scholarship. That being said, calibrate yourselves, guys. Please give me a 1 in the chat if you can hear what I'm getting ready to play. Let's see here. Tell me if you can hear it, guys. Hold on. To talk to Thru about the Wells family. All right, hold on. Okay, I can hear it. So, what I want you guys to do is to get calibrated to the sound of this voice. To talk to Thru about the Wells family. Talk to Thru about. Hi, my name is Sherry, and I give you permission to talk to Thru about the Wells family. One more time. Hi, my name is Sherry, and I give you permission to talk to Thru about the Wells family. Okay, so we've got that. Ooh-ah. Let's come back over here. Let's listen to this really quick.
Hi, guys. I'm back. I'm back. All right. I got some really interesting news for you guys, and I have a really interesting interview. I have been hard at it today, and I got a really
very enthusiastic with the power move to come in here and just really relocate this thing. I don't know if I'm inspired by this woman's enthusiasm or if I should be offended by it. I will let everyone know that Critical K is the young lady who got involved with the situation with a family that she bashed, a victim she bashed, and now is being sued for 10 M's. No, not hundred thousands, not thousands, not tens of thousands, $10 million. And here she is now going just same MO. I would tell her to the pedal in the middle or to the left is that brake. Put your foot on that joker and, I don't care, put both feet on it and stand up on it. Whatever you got to do, stand up on it. Pump that brake. Shooey. Let me ask you another question, guys. I don't want to look at this lady's face, and I'm sure you probably don't either. So what I want to do is just kill this thing where we don't have to listen to it. All right, let me do it this way. Y'all can look at my beautiful face. I don't want y'all. 10 million buckaroos. You could start burning money today and never finish burning through the end of $10 million. And that's an easy lick, right? You just sit back and you let somebody just abuse you past anything, even past obscene. And then you're just really going to just put the shoo-ah. Here we go, guys. Tell me if you can hear this.
good scoop for you in the Summer Wells case. Apparently, her grandmother has made a friend.
Can you hear that? Put a 1 if you can still hear. Put a 1 if you can hear that audio, but can't not see the video, correct? Sorry, guys. Let me get a one in the chat if you can hear. Okay, there we go. It's the Patreon. Correct. So, right off the bat, guys, she says that, what did she say? She said Grandma Candus made a new friend. I think it's just starting right off out of the bat a little bit deceitful, because you've heard the first voice that I calibrated for you. And I want you to listen to this voice.
Interview. I have been for you guys right now. Okay, so thank you for joining me. First of all, you're want to be completely anonymous. We're not using any names here. I don't know who you are. You called me from a unknown number, so I don't know who you are. You're a complete stranger to me. However,
yeah, she's a complete stranger to all of us.
You have been talking to Grandma Candus for quite some time now. Yes. Okay, and I guess you gained her trust, right? Yes. And this past Wednesday night, she said to you, I should have said something when it happened. And she told you she wanted to get something off her chest, right? Yes. We FaceTimed that night. You FaceTimed that night. And she
Hi, my name is Sherry, and I give you permission to talk to Thru.
That's the same voice. I don't give a shit what anybody says. That's the same voice. Okay? Now, before, when I just listened to this thing, I thought, that person knows an awful lot and is having no problems going north, south, east, west in the timeline without, I mean, you can ask her a question anywhere in the timeline and she can go right to it. And she can go to it in a real particular type ease. And so when I'm listening to it, I had no idea. Like been sleeping all day, basically. And I'm like, hold on. This person, that's what I caught on. Was like, this person has zero. It has to put in zero effort to maneuver the timeline. And that to me was like, well, I myself can do that. Now, I can't do it with the kind of ease that you're going to hear here. A lot of you, I know this is a recap, but hopefully we can put a lot of this into, either a different perspective or the correct perspective, some of it. Because without the context, it's always, context, shit. Or else it just sounds like a random schizophrenic thought if you have no context. It's just like green bag of garden dirt. Well, Benny, what's the context to green bag of garden dirt? Well, the green bag of garden dirt, right? So when you have a context, it means something, right? So that's what first alerted me was the cadence, and it was the cadence of this Grandma Candus's new friend. And I thought, this person just has to know somebody that, like, Grandma Candus isn't spilling the beans. And when I mean beans, I mean like talking like this, in my opinion. Like, this is someone that has an insider's view, an insider participant. That's who this person talking is. They know far too much detail. They elicit far too much of a response for easy questions. This person just goes all the way to the presidential suite. When we know about speech analysis, that when you're giving up too much detail, there's a reason for that. especially detail that you've not been asked for. Hold on, guys. Let me plug this computer in. I'm sorry. I just, my original motive was to try and do a video before everyone else started firing up, share and, everybody else. Because I'm just, hold on. What the hell? So, Benny, why is this important? It's important. It's important in many facets. Ultimately, what is the most important part to me about hearing this is the cognitive bias that's going to come along with it. It is not subtle at some times, and then it's very subtle other times. Hold on one more second. So ultimately, I guess the point of that is that the depth in which you think the depth in which you believe this person is involved, it varies. I get the feeling, you guys, you get it. So.
Blocked you sometime after the FaceTime, right?
Yes. Sometime between 10:30. Well, we talked at 10:39. Sometime between 10 and 12 o'clock. I got ready to tell her good night. I was blocked.
Okay.
So most of us would start to ask ourselves, why would Grandma Candus speak with some new friend and then, what we believe to be just an organic end to a conversation? There was no reason, lingering animosities. She told her piece, and then this woman goes on to tell her good night, and she's been blocked. So that would allude to the idea that there was potentially some sort of conversation that happened outside of these two women talking that alerted Grandma Candus to, hey, this lady's doing this, or this lady's done that, or she's actually doing this. I don't know exactly, but what I can tell you is that you're hearing, and what precipitated this is what I'd like to know. I'd like to know what precipitated it. What precipitated Sherry coming here and passing this thing off like it's some random new person that these people have picked to talk off the internet to. So anyways.
So walk me through what she told you, and then we'll sort of backtrack and we'll go into some of the things that she said prior to Wednesday night's confession. Now,
of course, we're prefacing this by it being a third party to the actual situation, and that it's hearsay, right? The way that is described is hearsay, right? At this point, it's hearsay.
She told you how the day. So walk me through it. How did the day begin? What did she say?
She said that she had an appointment at the doctor's office, which is over by the hospital or in the hospital. She went over there when Candus was taking her. Candus and Summer was going to take her to the hospital for a doctor's appointment that morning.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was over there. She went in. Her mom, Candus walked in with her mom to the hospital. Okay, then of course she had to wait. So Candus went back out. Her mom was assuming she was in the truck in the parking lot. But Hunter called her while she was sitting in the parking lot and asked her what she was doing. Hunter didn't know she was in town. So she told Hunter where she was at. Well, since it was taking so long for Grandma to be at the doctor's, Hunter wanted to go with her and asked her if she would come pick him up. Well, they went and picked her up. Connie picked Hunter up. I'm a little bit nervous, but went and picked Hunter up and went back to the hospital. At that time, Grandma was done, but Grandma gone.
See, she knows way too many integral details. I mean, she knows the guts of it. And with a voice that you just can't, you're not going to hide that voice anywhere. It's, you know, it is unmistakable. It is unarguably Sherry. It is unarguably Sherry. And why the person that put this out on their Patreon is trying to elude everyone to the fact that it's someone that we all don't know. That was figured that one out pretty easy. So now you have to ask yourself, what is someone's motivation to do this instead of go directly to TBI with the information and then zip it? When someone comes out after receiving all this information, allegedly, and spilling it, like I wouldn't give most of these YouTube creators a cup of water of mine to hold because they're going to spill it all over the damn place. They can't keep nothing back, don't have nothing in savings, don't have any extra ammo stockpiled, no victuals for a rainy day. Like everything they have, it is just expended in the first 30. They hear something and they try to figure out the best and easiest way to make it sound the most legit, and then hurry up and figure out what's the best way to monetize this thing, right? So this lady certainly needs money for all of the legal issues she's currently trying to navigate. So who's to say how many people paid $1 to watch this crap for 15 minutes? I didn't pay nothing, right? Somebody else paid it and was like, Benny, dig this. Got a shovel? And I'm like, hell yeah, like Ernie, I got a whole flipping bag full of shovels. Fuck you mean?
I told her that she was done, so they went and picked up Grandma. Well, Grandma had to get some medicine, so they got the medicine.
Sherry, if you got all this shit to explain, the one thing you never even spoke on during this whole thing is this. Hunter specifically said that Don called Candus and told Candus there was someone on the property trying to fool around with the boys. Was she there? And he goes on to say that he says no. She said, no, we're out. Well, then that alerts Hunter. Hunter's spidey senses are now on alert, he says, right? In his one and only media release, right? So, and the other thing that you'll hear in this is that it's really strange, but Allie did say she walked out to that truck and she seen that girl in the back. And remember, she said she said that she had a conversation with Candus. Well, or she said, usually she hears my voice and she wakes right up, right? She said, I after they left, I was thinking to myself, I should have woke her up. Now I wonder, right? Well, if you wonder, your son was in the truck the whole damn time. I don't know what the hell you're wondering about, but see, it's these sorts of inconsistencies for me that are a problem, right? Like it is widely known that there is going to be differences and discrepancies to some degree between Don and Candus. Now, these people who only popped up on the day she went missing, they hadn't been around in over 9 months, we've been told. Now, do we all know that Sherry has 3 counts of child abuse, under the age of 8? We all do know that, right? Okay. So, where are these kids under 8 years old that Sherry can come into contact with that she has abused in some way? I don't know. Hard to say. But when there's inconsistencies, like this is a lot of strange behavior by the McIlvaneys. A lot of strange behavior. Like what stress are those folks under except for the stress they bring on themselves for being an outside participant of all of this, right? Your son had his phone removed. In fact, Hunter's phone was kept the very longest of everyone else's phone. What does that mean? I don't know. But what I do know it means is it actually took more time with his phone. That's all I know. If they kept his longer, that means they looked at it longer. I don't know what that means. Hold on one second. All right. Had to get my tools. So, I have not looked over here in a minute. I'm not going to take all your guys' time. I'm really not. I'm not going to take a lot of your time.
It's an operative prescription, and it's going to take a while. So it was hot out. So when Candus said,
she's telling the story like she was there. That's what she's doing. Sherry is absolutely relaying this story because she's getting it firsthand knowledge from someone who was there. Her grandson. Her grandson was there.
well, I'll just take her down there and let her swim for a little bit until the medicine's done. At that lake, or wherever they went swimming, it's a pond or.
See, right there, she kind of got herself twisted up, given too much information and couldn't deliver the punchline, and then was like, you get it.
Swimming hole. Okay. After that, she swam and I asked her, I said, well, did Summer ever hit or anything on these rocks? I said, I heard people saying that. She said, no, Summer did not hit her head at all. I said, oh, okay. So she said after they swum and everything.
You want my opinion? My opinion is that someone trolled Grandma Candus. If any of this is allegedly true, that's one of the angles, is that someone could have trolled her. And then you even have the scenario where, they're tired of getting messed with. And so maybe they just told them something, right? Like we've seen that already in this, right? We've had illegal kidnappings, motorcycle gangs. We've had the whole gauntlet. Every sort of personnel has been pulled out. Divers, sheriffs, agents, special agents, profilers, cadaver dogs. All the sciences are being thrown at this thing. Hooah.
She said they got back in the truck, her, Candus, Hunter, and Summer. Well, Summer was cold, so she put on that outfit that she had in the truck for her. All right.
See, someone that doesn't know about this and is getting told from someone, they're like, yeah, so I guess they would have had, they said they had an outfit in the truck. She's actually telling this story from Hunter's perspective. If you listen to it, she's telling the story from Hunter's perspective, but is quick enough to put Hunter into the story. She doesn't refer to herself as Hunter by saying I. She refers to it like she was there, or she was in Hunter's position, but still names Hunter like he's there.
Summer said she was not feeling good. So she read to where there was a bottle of orange pop or something in the truck. Summer and Joanne took her drink. Grandma got out there and said, no, Summer, don't drink that.
That sounds exactly like what Hunter would have told Sherry. Yeah, Grandma. She picked up the old pop, the orange pop, and took a drink, and then you're hearing this. I don't understand why it's being put together like this, right? That's what has my spidey senses alerted. Why are they doing it like this? It's strange.
It's been there for a while. Well, she put it back down. Okay. Then Grandma gave her a little bottle of water, with a mini water, she said. Okay. And someone kept saying she did not feel good. And she fell asleep. That milk was sitting there. And I guess she just fell over on the milk, Grandma said.
Mm-hmm.
And
Hunter said.
and then they took, what is these?
Hunter's in the back seat right next to her. I mean, if you think about it, Grandma Candus has to turn around to look and see what's going on. Candus, she would have to look around or around her seat, right? Meanwhile, Hunter's in the next row back, sitting right next to her, right? And in some cases, like holding her or comforting her in some way.
Yeah, they stopped at stores and got cigarettes and whatever they was drinking.
Mm-hmm.
And done that stuff. Okay. That's what they got.
Didn't want to say twisted lemonade or whatever. We all know what the beverage was. She knows far too much about the situation to not identify the beverage, right? She kind of was going to say it and then like, no. If I say that, it's going to make Hunter look bad.
To the pond or the lake.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then they dropped Connor off. Well, that big lady, I caught her. Oh, I'm boy, I can say that. Big Hunter's mom.
What? I didn't even hear it. But thanks for telling me you couldn't say it. So let's try to find out what it is she said.
Connor off. Well, that big lady, I caught her. Oh, I'm boy, I can say that. Big.
She said, I caught a. What? Did she just slip up?
Connor off. Well, that big lady, I caught her.
I called a. That's what she said. I called. Wait a minute. I can't say that. That woman, Sherry, just slipped up. Who? Sherry. You know you done just fucked up. You know you done fucked up, right? Sherry. Whoa. Hold the phone, Sherry. You called who?
Then they dropped Connor off. Well, that.
She said Connor, too. It didn't sound like any other time I've heard her say Hunter. She said Connor. Let's make a note of that. I don't know who the hell Connor is. Maybe that's Hunter's middle name. I don't know. But that was weird. It's some weird stuff going on here at the 5-minute mark. Just held it together for 5 minutes and it's falling apart, I think.
Or the lake.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then they dropped Connor off. Well, that big lady, I caught her. Oh, I'm boy, I can say that. Big lady.
She slipped up right there. She was getting ready to involve herself in a way that she thought on the fly was not going to be good. Hoo-ah. I don't know. I don't know what the hell she just bumbled through right there. I certainly would like to know. I'll tell you that much. This is the last time I'm going to make you listen to that part.
They dropped Connor off.
No, she did say Hunter, but it sounded like Hunter, which could all, me, I'm from the South too, but I heard Connor. But I see now that there was a T in there. It was like Hunter.
Hey, I caught her. Oh, I'm boy, I can say that. Big Hunter's mom.
Uh-huh.
I can't say that. Hunter's mom. I don't know about that one.
She said on TV, I heard her say that she went out to the truck and said that she wanted to see Summer. Well, she didn't. According to Grandma, that lady did not come out to that truck. Okay? After they dropped Connor off, they went home. I heard to where they live.
but spends no time talking about why, you know, like that's a pretty big deal. You said you went out to the truck, right? You're not in the best of health. So for you to come out to the truck, that's a lot of effort to lie about. A lot of effort to lie about. Right? I mean, and we're not poking fun at all, right? But what we're saying is that for Allie to say she would have gotten up from the couch or wherever she was at inside and come outside, now we know Sherry said that's not true. So it's a mess. I can't unwind it right like this here, moving chronologically through this thing. I can't figure it out right this second, but I will figure it out.
All right. Then she dropped. Grandma thinks that Candus talked to Don at that lake. She don't know for sure because she was on the phone taking pictures. And
thank you, Deanna. Thank you for the super chat.
Her mouth was moving. She'll know she's talking to Summer or talking to Don. Now she thinks she's talking to
Still here. Thank you for the super chat very much.
Don, because when they got home, Grandma, she dropped Grandma off. Grandma was in her trailer because, you know, she's tired and her knee was hurting. Went in her trailer to lay down. She just Candus did not fix nothing on her leg. That's
speculative. That lady was not there. She does not know. That's speculative.
They done at the hospital. She just went in and laid down because she was tired.
This part is all here.
She's bad enough to take Summer to the hospital.
Now, so what the allegation is allegedly from some point around the water area, she took a drink of an orange soda that was a couple of days old. So now from Warrior Park in that area to Kingsport, she's become ill enough that she needs to go to the hospital. That is, you know, we know that the typical digestion times, right? Like, we do understand that when you use the bathroom, it's not from something you just ate right now. It's from the time before, right? Like it's a cycle. So it would take a bit. I would presume much more than the 20 to 40 minute drive that we're talking about here for her to come ill from the soda, the orange soda water.
Well, Grandma went in and laid down. Candus used her truck, and Summer was still in the truck. Summer did not get out of the truck at the house. So she took off in the truck, and this is around 3:30 or going to close. She said she'll not be close to 4. She knows it's around 3:30. Because they got home a little after 3. And Candus had the boys take the milk in the house. All right.
I got a problem with that. Just so long as we know that Grandma Candus went in the trailer and lay down. That's what this lady said. Now, I don't know. I just, when you start putting her back in, when you start taking her from the trailer and putting her back in conversations that have to do with her talking to the boys who weren't with them. The boys were in the house. Hoo-ah. So they pull in, Grandma gets out, goes in the trailer, she pulls around, and the boys are up there, and she would have told the boys, take the milk into the house. So, you know, that's all speculative. It's what you know to happen regularly, right? Kids bring in groceries when parents bring them home. So that, you know, that is speculative. It was 2 jugs of milk and whatever groceries. That's actually the verbiage she said. So you could probably see Candus carrying that in herself.
And what little bit of groceries they got. Okay. Candus took that out.
Hold on. I want you to hear the grocery part.
Had the boys take the milk in the house. All right. And what little bit of groceries they got. Okay.
How does this lady know that any groceries they had was a little bit? I don't know. Like, it's just is mixing a lot of her own opinion into this what makes it seem like she knows more than she knows. Wait a minute, guys. We know it's Sherry. Sherry, the one that was there, the one that remains, the one that has been present every time Chris M comes around that side of the way. So, you know.
Candus took back out. Said she was going to go meet John to see if, she was back.
Again, it's all hearsay. This lady can't, even Grandma Candus can't know this at this point, what Candus is doing up the hill. Like, she can't know that, right? She's in her trailer. There's no way Grandma Candus can know what's going on up there when there's no cell service, when she's laying down in her trailer. Who-ah?
No, take to the hospital. John got a proof of everybody.
Right. Right.
That's this lady's opinion, right? Does it seem like Candus has to ask for a lot of okays from Don? Like, she was out, she bought some vapes, she bought some cigarettes, she bought some drinks, she bought, some food. That's not really, like, doesn't seem very controlling. Seems like she either has cash or she has a card. Candus doesn't work a job, so she has access to the family money, right? Hoo-ah.
I tell you, I listen to them texts too. Don's got to prove. Everybody, anybody does, Don's got to prove it. But so she met. I guess she met Don. Grandma was saying she met Don to see if they want to take her to the hospital. Well, that was the last time the grandma seen Summer. Was when her daughter left the driveway on her way to meet Don.
Now, we know that if any part of what Sherry is saying right now is true, quite naturally, the last time that Grandma Candus would have seen Summer was when she got out of the truck and went into, like, that's not anything, like, I don't know why that emphasis, it seems as if that emphasis is like, oh, and when she pulled out, they never saw her again. How does Grandma Candus know? She's laying down in the camper. She's got her some pain medication. So, she isn't worried about what the heck's going on up the hill because she doesn't have a reason to. Hoo-ah?
To take Summer to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Man, what else?
So,
what else?
Candus comes back at 5:30.
Oh, yeah, Candus comes back around.
Leading.
She said 5:30. She thinks it's around 5:30.
Exactly what a defense attorney would have said in that situation. Your Honor, objection. Leading the witness.
She did not. She was still laid out. She did not see Candus get on the truck, so she don't know if Candus and Summer was there or not. She did not see.
Now, that's the way you ought to verbiage it, because you just said, well, anyways, you know what she just said. You just heard it.
See her. Because when she pulls out, the truck door is facing her daughter's house, so she could not see, if Summer was there or not, because Summer's been too short anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But she did not see them get out of the truck. So she just went on in the house, I guess. Her daughter went on in the house.
Did you hear that? She just went on in the house, I guess. I mean, you heard that, right? Listen, guys. Don't just hear it. Listen to it.
But she did not see them get out of the truck. So She just went on in the house, I guess. I mean, her daughter went on in the house.
She just went on in the house, I guess. I mean, her daughter just went in the house. Got to have that thing more nailed down when you call in and try to make it big breaking news like this. You got to have it more nailed down, especially if it's going to come across me, because you guys already know, right? I'm looking at this shit like a crook, right? And like I can look at it from aspects a lot of people can't look at it from because of my past, because of my present, and because of where I believe I'm projected in my future, right? So I was told in the very beginning, it was like, man, you have a very strong perspective on all of this. And I said, I do. And they're like, yeah. And I said, okay, now I believe it. I do, right? So that's what this is, right?
Okay. The next day, she was still laying there. She dozed off. I see them get out of the truck. So she just went on in the house, I guess.
Now, there it is. She just went in the house, I guess.
I mean, her daughter went on in the house.
Boom. That is a slip up. That's the problem with doing these things live, right? I mean, in order to make this thing credible, the most people should be doing about this video is saying, speculating about it, saying, well, this could have been said, but we just didn't hear it, right? We hear the slip ups. We're hearing them in succession, right? Consecutively, not concurrent.
Okay. The next day, she was still laying there. She dozed off, she said. She was still laying there. Okay. The next day.
You heard her. She dozed off. At some point in all of this, she dozed off. In a medicated state, Grandma Candus dozed off.
She just went on in the house, I guess. I mean, her daughter went on in the house. Okay. The next day, she was still late.
Her daughter also is Candus. I know you guys know that, but this is terrible acting. This is terrible. You don't talk in the first person about someone else in the second person. That's not the way. This thing is all jackrabbit screwy. Let me tell you what.
She said she was still laying there. Okay. The next thing she knows, her daughter's coming out here screaming, I can't find Summer. I can't find Summer.
Mm-hmm. And Don was not.
That really is no different than the way it really happened. Minus all these other really strong opinionated statements that are hearsay and leading and all these other things. This is completely opinionated. But now, if you take just the big spots of it, let me tell you this, guys. If Candus would have went to meet Don, and that this scenario right here actually is what it is, that would, in my opinion, had been enough. Because we all know nothing about Don going or Candus going to meet Don after dropping Grandma off. We know nothing about that. And in fact, again, in my opinion, the tech from the vehicles and from the phones would have substantiated that they were lying. We've not heard anyone come out and say they failed their polygraph, although we've also not had anyone come out and substantiate that they passed them either. Hoo-ah. What we do know is that when they took their polygraphs, the power of the polygraph did not work on them, because we know there's no science in a polygraph. The polygraph is all opinion of the interpreter. The real means and the real tool that it is, it's used to exclude people and to get confessions. So if you go sit down in front of a polygraph and the interpreter says that you lied, but you didn't confess and they don't have evidence, you're not taking the ride right then. You're going back, you're going home, right? Hoo-ah. Hoo-ah.
There.
Now, let's also say this. Grandma Candus, she took a polygraph too. Hoo-ah. She passed it. Who-ah? So that means that all three stories were the same and they were truthful. This dereliction of duty here, I don't even know what this is, but this is not, this sort of deposition that this lady is giving would not have passed the polygraph with Don and Candus. She'd have stuck out like a thumb. Now, in a sense, she kind of is sticking out like a thumb because she left her residence. Now, we've heard different things of why she left. We also know that she's going to be back in October for a wedding. So she is coming back, but it's like, why did she leave in her daughter's time of need? Who-ah? Well, a lot of it, Don just said he is out looking, and he said, whoever took her has to be familiar with our area. So I'm trying to get to know everyone around us. He said, it's a needle in a haystack. And I said, brother, we've both found needles in haystacks. And he said, true. Now, if any one of the three, that's all it would have taken, any one of the three to be inconsistent in some way that would disprove and debunk the idea that they all three have taken polygraphs and passed them. That leads you to believe that they've all told the same story with no deceit. This here now starts to raise questions that would have led the questioning to be much different in the polygraph. Hoo-ah? These questions, I assure you, or these happenings that would have been turned into questions, these were not asked.
No, Don was not there at that time. Don did not come, and she said that her daughter called Don to tell Don that Summer's missing, which you probably already knew it anyway. But anyway, she called Don and said, call 911 first. She said, well, I'll call Don and see what Don was. But he's got to prove it, remember. So, Don.
That is her opinionated response to a cognitive bias about Don, right? This woman, Sherry, clearly believes that Don is guilty, and so you see her opinionated statement shining through, but she gives it the voice of someone else. I know you know what I'm saying.
I said she told Don told Candus to call 911. She don't know why Don, if he did call 911. He said he did, but Grandma said she don't know if he did or not. But Candus called 911 and said she was gone. Well, Don showed up a little bit after that.
And did Grandma Candus elaborate on Summer's symptoms at all? Did she just said she didn't feel good and was sleepy?
She did not feel good, and she was sleepy. She just wanted, and she thought she was just sleeping because of, swimming. And then she wanted to sleep, and she was the one who took the picture. Grandma was.
Grandma's the one that took the picture. Okay.
Yeah, and they just assumed it, how you fall asleep and fall over. That's what they thought happened because the milk was sitting there.
But did Grandma Candus say when Summer was swimming, she seemed fine? She didn't seem sick or anything?
Oh, no. She didn't seem sick at all. She said...
Grandma Candus wasn't there while they were swimming. Hoo-ah? Right? Hold on. Answer me that in the chat. I know there's a little bit of a lag, but far as I know, Grandma Candus couldn't know anything about what happened during swim time because she wasn't there, right? Or was she? No, wait, see, one said she was, one said no, she wasn't. She was in the truck, that's right, because Cam actually walked down through there, and I remember Cam saying that Grandma Candus could have made this walk. So she was in the truck, that's right. Okay, moving on.
She was out there acting herself, jumping around.
You can get methadone at a clinic to go. The longer you've been there and past your screens, you can get split doses or even where you only have to go weekly or monthly. Right. They give you a stock of it. Yeah. Okay. Yes. She was there. She was in the truck. Okay. So grandma's in the truck. That would be attacked. That's another thing. She was picking flowers. According to H, she was in the truck. That's what we want to know, is what H says. According to H, she was in the truck, and per Candus, she was down there looking at flowers. Roxanne, you are a rock star, and you're right. Ding, 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 ding. Right. Okay, moving on.
She didn't get sick until she got out of the swimming hole and got in the truck.
That's when she got tired sleeping. Grandma said when they got in the truck, Summer was thirsty. She went there and got that orange pop was sitting in the truck or laying in the truck, whatever. She took a drink of it. Grandma turned around and yelled at her and told her, "No, Summer, don't drink that. It's been here for a couple of days."
She's just giving way too much detail. Way too much detail. Like I'm having a hard time really trying to understand why. Thank you, G-Dog. This is what we do over here, man. You don't want to participate in this, man. You know what I'm saying? Bust a move. Right? Bust a motherfucking move. You understand me?
Okay. I guess Summer put the lid on, threw it back over there.
She guesses Summer put the lid on and put it back over there. Summer very well could have continued drinking it. This lady doesn't know, but she's offering her opinion. I guess she put the cap back on it and set it over there. I don't know. Well, you would know if Grandma Candus had told you, but I'm guessing she didn't.
Drink of it. Grandma turned around and yelled at her and told her, "No, Summer, don't drink that. It's been here for a couple of days." Okay. I guess Summer put the lid on, threw it back over there. Grandma gave her one of those meaty waters she said to drink. And Summer was sick.
Mm-hmm.
So you thought Summer didn't get sick, so she drank that orange pop.
And you said that Grandma Candus speculated to you that Don, and I wrote it down because I think it's really significant that Don told her to call 911, and then Don probably told her what they needed to do to cover up whatever happened.
Speculative. It's hearsay. You're not going to hear that part in court. That part won't make it. Now, what I have a problem with is her telling you that Grandma Candus turned around and hollered, "Summer, no, don't drink that." And then she follows that up with her own injected opinion, which is, and it's the way she said it. She put the cap back on, I guess, and set it over there. Right? That didn't come from Grandis. That came from Sherry.
Yes, that's what Grandma said. And she said that, I wrote it down. So let me see what it was. She said she should have said something when it happened.
She said to you that she should have said something, meaning she should have given this version to the police?
Yes.
Okay. So what I'd like to know is how did she pass a polygraph, but actually know this version and it not pop up on a machine? Hoo-ah? Or did it pop up on a machine? Hoo-ah? And she felt like she needed to murk out. She needed to, first thing smoking, she was on it. Even left her house behind, right? She's like, just just fucking forget about it. I don't know.
I guess the police or whoever when it happened.
Why didn't she? Did she say?
I don't know. She didn't say why she didn't get it to me.
Really surprised that she didn't offer an opinion right there. I think that she probably may actually realize that she's given her opinion unknowingly until this point. Now she realizes, she's going to start yoking it back. Now, one thing I want you to realize, guys, and pay attention to is how this thing finishes. Okay, big. It's big.
Grandma Candus also said to you that Don was keeping Candus away from the public because he's afraid she's going to say something more than she should.
Not Don. Family court. There's a gag order on these cases with these kids. Candus can't talk. Candus is following the law, actually. As distorted and twisted as you want to make following the law look to curious onlookers on YouTube, let me tell you what. It's what she's been told to do, not talk to us idiots, right? Don, however, he's got a different mission, right? Candus has her thing with all of this, and then Don has a different added portion. We all know about it, right? That's not what we're here for. But they are separate in the same thing, right? Figure it out, guys.
I asked her one in text. I said, where's your daughter? Why don't she come out there anymore? I said, she'll never come out there. I said, last time I seen her, she looked so sad. She said,
I can't even keep it together. Let me move that back. Because it didn't make sense the first time I ran through this, and it doesn't make sense now.
That Don was keeping Candus away from the public because he's afraid she's going to say something more than she should.
I asked her one in text. I said, where's your daughter? Why don't she come out there anymore? I said, she'll never come out there. I said, last time I seen her, she looked so sad. She said that Don would not let her come out and say nothing because he's afraid that she's going to F up.
It's just not. It looks more unlegitimate than it does legitimate. That statement. Candus has people she talks to just as well. The only thing you can responsibly chalk it up to if you don't know, but you do also know there's a gag order and you see someone not talking. The only thing we can speculate responsibly is that she's following the gag order. Boy.
And Grandma also said that he's in total control and that he's told. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
He's in control. Everybody's got to get approved from Don when they do anything.
Speculative. That's speculative. And it's hearsay, right? This lady's not in a relationship with Don. She can't know these things. For her to be saying that is just her cognitive bias against Don. That's it.
And that he's told a lot of lies.
Yeah, that's all he does is lie.
And she's afraid that he's gonna somehow try to.
That's speculative. You can't say someone that has lied themselves. If you've lied and got caught in a lie, you are hardly the truth holder. Your interpretation of someone else's level of honesty is not credible.
To pin this on Candus?
Yeah, that's in the text too.
Speculative.
Yeah, let me find the text. Yeah, he said he was afraid that Don. She's afraid that Don is going to blame
Candus somehow. Yeah.
How's Don going to blame Candus when they both pass polygraphs, right? Everyone puts so much weight on these polygraphs, right? Now, seems like about the point someone passes a polygraph, everybody stops talking about the polygraph. Had he failed the polygraph, we'd be going harder on Don. Hoo-ah. Oh, good night. This twisted up YouTube thinking I can't untwist y'all, man. Holy shit. Woo!
But Grandma Candus also said the plan, she thinks the plan was to have Candus called on and claim, oh my God.
Speculative. Grandma Candus was in her camper asleep in a medicated state because of her knee that she just left the hospital for. So at this point, for anyone else, a third party, to relay what a first party in Grandma Candus would have said or done is speculative.
Summer's missing.
Yes. And then this is what Grandma thinks. Grandma thinks that they talked, and they knew.
Speculative, right? We don't have any tech that suggests anything of that nature, right? And if we do, we don't know about it. For this lady to know about things that, in my opinion, screwy tech is what ends these cases. It's DNA, fiber, biological evidence, or it's stuff, right? You can't manipulate the phone stuff. And you can kind of manipulate forensics, but you have to be highly intelligent and way far premeditated in order to bring in biologics that you've collected somewhere else in order to purposefully dissuade police in their, at least the forensic aspect of that, right? So you don't see a lot of premeditation in any of this, right? At best, it looks very reactive, right? And when you're reactive, those are things that you could genre crimes of passion, right? Crimes of passion are notoriously messy and evidentiary filled. This does not have any of the characteristics, in my opinion. I'm not a professional, but you don't see any forensics anywhere, right? I mean, you can be a layman and see that. We're not having any disputes publicly about the data information or any metadata. Right. So if these people have the original photos and original videos, that metadata is stored in their phones associated to each perspective picture. Right. So respective picture. That's the word. So you have the metadata and you have for the respective medias. Those things are also used to include or exclude statements, right? If you make a statement that you're over here, but your phone data says something different, bling, right? Now, those aren't necessarily flags that we're ever going to see, right? You can only speculate that if there's an arrest at some point in any case that involved details like these, that it would be forensics or phone data, right? Well, we're 90 days in. This thing had a crack on it from the beginning. So that, everything was expedited, guys. Even if you put phone data at 6 weeks out, that once they give devices back to witnesses and victims that they've at least got what they need or think they need contained. And so the very investigation of the phone data starts when they take the phone. You got to know that, right? So
I don't know. Something's wrong with Summer, but I just want to try to get rid of Summer. She thinks that Candus and Don talked on the phone about it, and that's the reason why she left as soon as she took Grandma home.
That's all speculative. All of that is speculative. You got to remember, guys. There's certain statements that a lot of people in the YouTube world put a lot of weight on, right? And when you move things into a court, those same statements that hold a lot of weight, a lot of times are the type of statements that are excluded from being heard. So what does that mean? That means if you've heard something out here that's speculative that you never would have heard sitting on a jury of 12, well, then what does that mean? That means that the bias you formed and the opinion you formed is based on information you would never hear in a criminal trial.
Grandma thinks that Candus...
Thus proving point of concept that the belief that you have now would not be what it is had you not heard this which would be excluded in a criminal trial anyways. So bringing you back to where your opinion is, without having heard said opinion, you would be over here. Hoo-ah? I mean, that's just the physics of it.
And Don were talking while they were at the swimming hole.
Yes. Because she don't know she was talking.
Now, as far as Hunter's deposition, we know that while they were all in the truck, Don was to have called and said that there was a situation with a man that sounds as if it could be the Jackie Dobbs situation transpiring on the property. They were all together, right? So for whatever reason, Hunter, his spidey senses were on. He's in Candus's phone looking through her deleted message file. Like, we've already proved early on that a lot of the stuff that Hunter said in regards to having Candus's phone isn't the way that these softwares are set up to work. There is no deleted text file. When you delete a text, it doesn't go anywhere else and be sequestered with all the other deleted texts so that they could be looked through later on. When you delete them, they go completely away.
Talking to her. Well, she was talking to, because she had the phone there. Well, we know she's taking pictures, but she don't know that she was talking to anybody or not.
And you also said that Hunter had to have known that Summer wasn't feeling well because...
That's a question directly to this lady. Yes, Hunter would have known if Summer was sick, but Sherry would have no way of knowing. Hoo-ah? Listen.
And the phone there, well, we know she's taking pictures, but she don't know that she was talking to anybody or not.
And you also said that Hunter had to have known that Summer...
That's Kay telling on Sherry right there, revealing it. That's what it is right there. So you said what it should have been was Grandma Candus told you. Not you said. You said comes from someone involved in the situation. Hoo-ah? Damn, people.
And Don were talking while they were at the swimming hole.
Yes. Because she don't know if she was talking to her.
Right after
Well,
this.
she was talking to, because she had the phone there. Well, we know she's taking pictures, but she don't know that she was talking to anybody or not.
And you also said that Hunter had to have known that Summer wasn't feeling well because Summer said it. Summer said it in the truck, right?
Not that Summer said it in the truck, but that Hunter was in the fucking truck. Not anything he said. It's he was there. You could have said something about a girl that was in the truck and not have been there. Right? It's not that he knows because he said it. He knows something because he would have been present. Shit.
She wasn't feeling so good, and Hunter noted Grandma.
And boom. It's over.
Hi, guys.
Why, guys? Why? We know she was midstream, right? We know that Sherry was mid-conversation. What does that mean, Benny? What it means is this part 2, at least, it's going to be coming out soon, and you got to pay to look at that one too. Hoo-ah. Hoo-ah. I did, Kitty. Anyways, guys, man, holy double stuffed Oreo cookies, man. Holy cow. What the hell? I mean, it's just like, is there another argument going on over here in this chat, man? Please don't let there be an argument going on over here. J for Justice, old partner. She's partnered up with a lawyer on a big-ass civil suit for doing this stuff right here. Man, let me tell you what. To have a YouTube lawsuit brought up in your life, all you got to do is tangle up with the right YouTuber and then look for a pro bono young attorney that's wanting to make his name in the YouTube game. then you get that shit handled for free. You understand? Real shit, man. It's a rare skill. You have to build up calluses in your ear to get the bleeding to stop. Then you can translate. Oh, can't you just put one of those things that women use during the month? Just find you an ice skate and a big hammer and just hammer that thing into your head, man. False. Text message go into the trash after deletion on new Samsung phones. It has its own folder. She doesn't have a new Samsung phone. She has a track phone. So false. If she had the brand new Samsung such and such, it would have. She doesn't. Oh, good God. What's up, Jules? Good to see you. I ain't seen you in a minute. Man. I think I hear ringing. Pro bono is a great advertisement. You're damn right it is. She can't afford a new phone. Facts. No. Not grandma's voice, Lizzie. It's Sherry. That's Allie's mom talking like she's just someone that nobody knows and that she's just created a new. Please, Benny, is the Don and Candus News interview? I missed it. It went on by. Sorry. There. Benny, is Don and Candus's news interview have a clue at 5.53? Please investigate. Candus says Summer's favorite song is My House by New Breed. It's horrifying. Please check this out. You know, in the movies, yes, it probably would be a clue. Not in this. This is not that, and that is not this. So it's you know, I'm not going to say that anything isn't possible because it is, but you know, the fact that they would cryptically be sending messages to people that are speculative as any entity in the whole world on YouTube, I don't think that it's some sort of cryptic message in my opinion. It's definitely Allie's mom, for sure. Yeah. Jason, grandmas have house phones. Yeah. What you mean, man? That is definitely Sherry. That was a bad pass off. I feel like there should have been a little more put into the production of that in order to change the tonality or the key of her voice, because that just was distasteful. And you should have stopped that recording at the first dry spot before it just cut off in the middle, because it's just more tasteful, right? Like, clearly there's going to be a sequel to the mess. I mean, if you look at the way YouTubers do stuff, it's probably a part 17 somewhere in here, and you got to pay to look at every single one. So if 1,000 people pay $1 to watch it 17 times, you can start to pay some lawyer bills that way. I don't know, guys. We're coming up on an hour and a half. So I love all you guys, man. Remember, the absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. Ask yourself, listen to these things over and over and over. Use forward thinking when you analyze these things. You don't have to have degrees and all this other stuff in order to connect dots, right? And when you connect the dots, then you write it down, you record it, and you see all the dots that you've connected, and you start to put them on the scale, and you're like, well, no, there isn't just specifically issues with anything just relating to the wells, man. Everyone has these inconsistencies, and you have to start looking for motivating factors, right? So we know that there's a lot of exhaustion, deprivation of sleep, all the different things. The new channel, we can have a plot kind of like, yeah, you know, when you're really eager, you jump the gun, and you just look like the eager beaver. You know, shouts out to you, but there ain't no longevity in that. You know, there isn't. I could create a channel right now, and I'm intelligent enough to put out the right kind of video, the first one video, and I can monetize the channel overnight. I assure you, it's the same thing Ziggy did, right? She has no real interest in anything other than being the first person to release some shit. She doesn't care about the 3 kids that are being housed. She only has an interest in being the very first person to stir the pot, whether it's true or not, right? Like, the thing about what Ziggy's done is you can never certify it, because guess what? The chain from where the leak in the CPS happened from wasn't supposed to happen. So the very person that leaked it is never going to come online and even black out their face like me and say, yeah, I worked for CPS, I leaked it. You can never substantiate it. Never. And the fact that people substantiate it inside their tiny, simple minds and say, it must be because, well, Ziggy put it together and it looks so good. Man, fuck you, me. You know what I'm saying? That bitch don't have no, pardon my French, that bitch, she don't have no issues in preserving justice. She doesn't care if something that she leaks ends up ruining a case, right? What is Ziggy going to do if she puts out some information and, let's say, for instance, Don and Candus are involved, but the information that Ziggy puts out there pollutes the jury pool, so when Don and Candus come in, they listen to this thing that Ziggy said that fucked the whole thing up. Thank you for that, Ziggy. Ziggy has an interest in making sure the real suspects stay free too. Because if she didn't, she'd bottle all the information that she had. Let me tell you what. Anything from CPS, the police, and the investigators, they already know about that, man. Ziggy's just feeding your curiosity, which is dangerous in real life, right? Ziggy doesn't care. She has no interest other than being popular, right? That's worthless. Yeah, I'll say it. Ziggy is worthless. Not only that, but she's kind of a bully. And then when she stole my media and I struck her channel, she got all bent out of shape. Benny's a crybaby. Stop calling me. Okay? Ziggy. You dumb bitch. Stop calling me. I don't give a fuck. Stop calling me private all times of the night. Stop emailing me silly shit. I got an email from her last night. Let me read it to you. I can't even read it. It's of this video, sir. You're a punk. And where did you learn your medical degree at? Out of a Cracker Jack box? And how can you sit there, act like a tough guy? I got news for you. Of an act of malpractice under the medical and pracking without being certified. Here is a little sample, punk boy, that you said in one of your live feeds that you like queer in the rear end. I got that audio. And you're getting permission from others to use on your channel. No. You think you're smart about life. No. And when I go live, this is what's going to be shown to the public on a channel. You got to guess which one. Good luck, butt boy. I don't know. Ziggy, go fuck yourself the long way. I love all you guys. Individually, remember, the absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. What? Keep your head up like your nose is bleeding.